Everyone has been watching Bitcoin, and over the last few weeks, it has been very interesting in several ways. The first was, of course, what I made an idea about back on March the 15th. This was really, 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 really key. This event right here, where on March the 15th at 10 p.m., every single cryptocurrency had this volatility spike. That really set up the potential breakout of this broad consolidation right here. Let's just clean this up. We don't need to see all my fancy lines and stuff. So this little movement right here that I was watching, it happened, and it's very odd. And so that set up basically a breakout, which Bitcoin was a bit of a lagger about actually going. It actually pulled back from that only to go up. And this got a lot of people interested that maybe this long-term consolidation on Bitcoin was coming to an end. And a lot of people got in last weekend. I got a lot of DMs from people last weekend around here, people saying like, oh, okay, I really feel like this is it. I feel like this is going to go back up to retest the high. And I actually thought that if this rally continued, it should come up to 51K. The reason 51K is because that would be a halfway, a 50% retracement of the move down. Well, it has, as of making this, fallen short. But here's the thing. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum had the same movement, had the same rally over the last few weeks. It also began on this crazy little event right here, March the 15th, 10 p.m. Eastern. And when it actually triggered the break of that high, it never really looked back, and up and to the right it went. Ethereum actually drove the price action of this rally, and that I find very interesting. A lot of my Web3 friends really, really like that opinion that Ethereum is actually beginning to move the cryptocurrency market instead of Bitcoin. So I'm going to go on the record and say today, April the 8th, 2022, that Ethereum, despite what the price may be doing, is actually beginning to show signs of dominating the price action of the market. Now, the cryptocurrency market, if you've been following it for a while, it tends to move together. You'll have some outliers out there that will move more than others on any given day, either up or down. But broadly speaking, the cryptocurrency market cap moves the same way. And really, this is nothing new. This was a part of Dow theory, which was applied to the stock market 100 years ago. I don't know his first name, but Mr. Dow laid out the rules of Dow theory. And one of them is that indexes must confirm each other. In other words, stocks of the same industry would all move in tandem. They would have their alpha, they would have their differences, but they would move all together. And in this recent rally, where it made that spike just like everything else, and then triggered this rally up, the 50% retracement of the move down the last 6 months was 3,500. Ethereum hit that level, and that is where it stopped. And it actually set up a nice short as well. This is the kind of stuff that I love to look for when price is making a rally and it begins to hesitate. You have a little hit of the 3,500 here. Let's use TradingView here. So let's just go through the Ethereum move. So Ethereum sets up the spike, blows up my alerts because I scan for these types of volatile price movements using TradingView. Hits the alerts and then triggers the breakout. Now, honestly, I went for the Bitcoin breakout. That's one of the reasons I'm harping on this, is because while the Bitcoin breakout worked, allergies, while the Bitcoin breakout worked, Ethereum was a much smoother ride, and I wish I was in Ethereum instead. But it worked out. The rally continued. It went up, it went up, it went up. Let's draw our resistance level. Okay, I've got it set up here. Cool. Let's go back and let's let it play out. Yeah, 30 minutes, fine. Hold on. No, they're 2 hour. And we're going to watch this until the rally continues up until it gets to our 3,500 level and smack. So you have price respecting it initially and then another time as well. Now, if you're on the 5-minute chart, you could probably look at that as like a double top, but it's a daily level. This is a 6-month level. So if you did that, if you tried to trade on the 1 minute or the 5 minute, as I know a lot of people do, what was that, April 1st on a weekend? Oof. If you're on a 1 minute on the weekend on cryptocurrency, you ain't smart. Look, I've been there. I've been up till 3 a.m. on some 1 minute, 5-minute charts years ago. And you know what I'm talking about. If you do it, don't do it. Just stop. Just take the weekend off. That's why I like the stock market, honestly, because the stock market closes. It gives me a break. But this on the higher time frame, the 2 hour, we have that spike that happened again at that level, and that's my entry signal right there because that is a very, very volatile spike. It has an ATR clearance of 123%. What that means and why I measure that is from this high up to here is 120. Can I draw like that? Not that good. 123% of an average true range, which is significant. In other words, that is more than 23% that it moves on an average bar, a 2-hour bar. And so that's why I use that metric in case you wonder what that ATR clear means. And so that sets up an entry. And yes, it plays around. I'm never going to get it at the perfect price, but with a stop above that high, it was able to capture the retracement from this move. And what's interesting is that Bitcoin stopped. It actually started hesitating a little bit earlier. It started hesitating around March the 28th. Ethereum was still kind of making its way up. But really, when Ethereum hit its level, that's when the cryptocurrency market reversed. And you can see this across all currencies. One of my favorites, Monero, it's actually kind of holding its ground. I think you should take note of that. Cardano, again, there's that spike again, all hesitating around the same time that Ethereum was reaching its point. Now, I'm going to add something to my crypto list right here. Again, that my Web 3.0 people are going to really enjoy, and that is the ETH.D, which is the Ethereum market cap dominance. Because the Bitcoin market cap dominance, and we'll look at this on a daily, I've got the line there, but I'll draw it again. It has been declining. In fact, Bitcoin market cap dominance has been below 50% since last year. And that's to be expected. There's a lot of projects out there competing for the capital that's being put into the cryptocurrency marketplace. What this represents is the entire cryptocurrency market cap, like every single coin multiplied by every dollar that it's worth in existence. And then you take Bitcoin and its market cap, its number multiplied by its coin, and this is the percentage. And it is beginning to fall off. And so I made a video a couple of weeks ago because I was getting the question, is altcoin season going to begin? And you can know that by looking at the Bitcoin market cap dominance. And so it's been in decline actually for the last several weeks. It's coming down to about 41%. Ethereum market cap dominance is definitely on the rise. Now, it has some ground to recover to get back up to what it used to be. I think it's, if we go back to the weekly here and we look when in 2017, I believe that's around, that big point in the last big rally, it was up around 30%. I'm going to be interested to see what happens when Ethereum gets to 25% of market cap dominance. That's going to be a very interesting level if it can get there. And so if I was going to trade this, if I was going to look at this from that perspective, which I caution against because I don't believe you can actually trade this symbol, but that's what I'm going to be looking for. And one of the ways that I'm going to be looking to trade that is using the Ethereum Bitcoin pair cross. Now, again, another thing that I posted, another trade that I've been in for like over the last few months, is there was a setup right here on February the 4th that I was able to play down to a support, close most of my position. But now Ethereum versus Bitcoin has definitely been on the rise. And from a technical standpoint, I like the little maneuver that it just did. Remember, I found resistance here at 0.074. And notice how you have that spike right there. That's my signal, and was able to take it down to these lows. Well, I would have liked for it to broken the lows, but that's okay. I got stopped out on my remainder, but now I have something telling me it's going the opposite way, because this same resistance level it is pulled back to and held. So this is interesting. I'm definitely going to be watching for Ethereum to actually start to take over. And regardless of what the cryptocurrency market does, up or down, there's going to be movement in the different pairs. In other words, the Ethereum versus Bitcoin, Bitcoin versus Solana, Ethereum versus Cardano. There's all these different pairs. And if you aren't able to trade them, if you can't see them on your exchange, it's time to move your crypto. It's not that hard. You put it into a coin with low fees. I advised someone on this earlier this week. Actually, believe it or not, Bitcoin Cash, one of them, whichever one you choose, has very low fees. It's pretty quick to confirm, and most exchanges take it. And so, if you want to move, like let's just say that you have a Coinbase account. First of all, why are you trading on Coinbase? They have the highest fees in the marketplace. I think they charge 1% commissions. You should pay no more than 0.25%. Find an exchange. The ones that I would recommend, if you can, if you're not an American, or you can log in as not an American, Bitfinex, FTX is another one. And if you have to trade on an American exchange, Kraken, I think would be better. Much better fees and a lot more access to other cryptocurrencies. But anyway, look for these cross pairs on your exchange and find an exchange where you can actually trade these, because these are not only good for trading opportunities, even when the market's going down, these are also great ways to hedge. And that's what I've been telling people for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so be looking for these cross pairs.